Once all your clips have been logged, it's time to capture them. Let's go ahead and select a clip in our browser to capture. Once you have a clip selected, go to the Capture section of your Log and Capture window and click on Batch. This will reveal a new dialog box. The first thing I want to talk about is this pull-down window right here. We have two choices here. The selected items in the logging bin, which would be just that one clip, or I can choose to capture all the items in the logging bin. Now I'm going to switch from selected to all, but I want you to look at the bottom of the dialog box before I switch. It says total media time 22 seconds 24 frames. It says I need 87.8 megabytes of storage and I have 113 gigabytes. It's always good to check this to make sure you're not trying to capture more media than you have space for. If I switch to all items in the logging bin, it's going to use the total time of the 4 clips. Now instead of capturing 22 seconds, we're capturing 43 seconds and 29 frames. And we need 189 megabytes. The next thing I want to talk about is whether we use the log clip settings or not. If for some reason when you logged your clips you had the wrong settings, such as perhaps you turned off audio or you set it to dual mono when you really wanted stereo, if you uncheck this, it's going to capture the clips based upon the sequence settings within your timeline. In most cases, you want to leave Used Log Clip Settings checked. The next box, Add Handles, is incredibly valuable. We're going to go ahead and check this and add 2 seconds to each of our clips. 200 and hit Return. What will happen now is Final Cut Pro will take our in points and our out points and record 2 seconds before the in point we marked and record 2 seconds after the point that we marked. This way, if we were extremely tight with marking our ins and our outs with our shots, we still may have enough handles to lengthen our shot or to put on a transition such as a dissolve. Final Cut Pro can input logging information directly from a spreadsheet. So a lot of times you may have a producer giving you your ins and your outs and they're very precise and you as an editor know you need more handles. So the Add Handles option is incredibly valuable. It's highly unlikely you want to change your capture preset. This is what you took so much time setting up earlier in your Capture Setting tab. And now, let's capture our footage. I'm going to simply hit OK. I'll get a dialog box that says RTS Tape 7, how much time, and that we're going to be capturing 4 clips, and we're ready to go. If I had logged multiple tapes, I would see a list of all the tapes that I need to insert and the number of clips we're going to capture off them. Since we've only logged 1 tape, let's press Continue. At this point, Final Cut Pro will queue up the tape to the very first shot and start capturing the footage that we logged. It's going to take a little while to capture, and when it's done, we'll come back and take a look at the captured clips in our browser. Once all the clips are captured, you'll notice it says RTS Tape 7 0000 0 clips done. Now a lot of people freak out because they said 0 clips are done. No, 0 clips are left. I am done. And you'll notice in the bottom left-hand corner of that dialog, it says Successfully Captured. And now you can simply press the Return key because you're finished. Let's close our Log and Capture window and take a look at the clips in our browser. Let's go ahead and load the first clip. I'm going to simply double-click to load it into the viewer. And as you can see, Final Cut Pro successfully captured our 22-second clip and added the 2-second handles that we requested at the beginning and the end of the clip. Let's go back to our Log and Capture window and address 2 more buttons that we haven't talked about. I'm going to press Command 8 to reinitialize the Log and Capture window. The 2 buttons that we have not talked about are Capture Now and Capture Clip. Let's look at Capture Clip. You would use Capture Clip instead of logging a clip because you just want to grab 1 shot off of a tape. So you'll simply pop the tape in, and once again, we'll label this RTS Tape 7. I'm going to go ahead and press the play button, and I'm going to mark an in point and an out point. I'm going to press the I key, and now the O key for an out point, and I'm going to pause the tape. Instead of pressing Log Clip, I'm just going to press the Clip button, and Final Cut will immediately capture that shot and apply the description, scene, and shot information to create its name. If you look at the browser, that clip has been successfully captured. The last thing we're going to look at is Capture Now. And Capture Now is very useful if you're working in an environment where you don't have deck control or your tape doesn't have timecode. Let's go back to our capture settings and change it from FireWire NTSC to a non-controllable device. As soon as we do that, you'll notice that clip is grayed out and batch is grayed out, and we have a little notation here that says no communication. Well, I can manually start and stop the deck and record what's going down the FireWire cable. This is also useful if you're recording a live feed into Final Cut Pro. If I press the Capture Now button, Final Cut will start capturing this clip, even though the camera is not playing. We're going to actually hit the Now button before we hit the Play button just to show you how it will record the paused image. Now once again, the name of the clip is based upon the information in our logging bin. So let's go ahead and make a little note in Scene that says no timecode. Let's press Capture Now. As you see, we're paused on the tape. I'm going to go ahead and press the Play button and you'll see the capture begin. I can stop camera playback and simply hit Escape. Once again, the clip appears in my browser ready to edit. We've just learned 3 ways to capture video in Final Cut Pro.